Hey fellow travelers, this time we're in Norway, we're in Bergen, we're on a ship and we're about to embark on one of the most beautiful voyages in the world. It's a 12-day cruise up to the northernmost village, town, whatever you want to call it, in Norway, and we're going up to the Arctic Circle to see the Northern Lights. We're just leaving now Bergen. This is a beautiful little city that we started at. We went up today to the funicular to see the beautiful views of Bergen. I'll show you some of that footage now. When you come out to Bergen, one of the highlights is Mount Fløyen. This is where we are now. You take a quick funicular up. It's called the Fløibanen. I know my Norwegian is non-existent, so I'm sure the pronunciation sucks. But when you get up here, these are the views that you see of Bergen. That's Bergen down there. It's beautiful. This is one of the most exquisite outlooks I've ever seen in my whole life. The crazy thing is we're like in sort of mid-December right now and the sun is just peeking over the hill there, and it's around 10 o'clock in the morning already, so the days are really short. But the views up here are exquisite. The quality of the light is just magical. It's really, really beautiful. This is the highlight when you come out here to Bergen. Really, it's spectacular. And we're going to stop at many places along the way, which we'll show you. We spent the night on the boat and now we're at our first major stop. It's a little town called Ålesund, 40,000 people. Art Nouveau, buildings everywhere. And we're heading up to the lookout point, which is one of the highlights. It's around 418 or so steps, so pretty high. But the higher you go, the more beautiful it gets. And there's mountains in the background with snow on them. Really beautiful. It's funny, it's around midday, 12 o'clock or so. And the light's already setting, the sun's going down already. It feels like it's kind of 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. It's already so beautiful. Halfway, we're in this kind of glass box that's kind of hanging over the edge. It's incredible. This is one of those surreal moments. You don't get to see this kind of thing very often in life. Unbelievable. They've got this cleverest thing here. It's called the photo trap. It's like a little few steps that you climb up, a wooden thing. I'm standing on top of it now. It gives you just a little bit more. The views are exquisite. Boat is just over there, so it's not far actually, but this climb is quite treacherous, so it's kind of hot and cold all at the same time. Amazing. Today the boat arrived in Trondheim and we arrived at 6 o'clock this morning, so it was a little bit dark and it's super cold. The landscape's become icier now, so we're treading through the snow at the moment. But Trondheim's beautiful. It's on like a little waterfront area, a lot of wooden construction. It's got a beautiful medieval church, very nice. So we've just been walking around. We're here for like 4 hours. So we're taking a look at the place. The sun's just come up, 10 o'clock now. It's really lovely. Look how beautiful. There's a whole row of these stunning colored wooden houses. Beautiful. And what's remarkable out here is the water is really clear, really smooth, so it's like a mirror image. You get a lovely reflection. It's so nice. We've just passed this beautiful little lighthouse right in the middle on a little island. It's amazing, it's remote, it's really beautiful, and it's one of the highlights to see along this trip. It's really lovely. We've stopped at one of the stops along the way. This is Årnes. We're not getting out, but it started snowing now, so things are really changing out here. It's lovely. So nice to see snow falling fresh, and the landscape is beautiful as a result. This morning we crossed into the Arctic Circle, so now we're really far up north, and they've just done a ceremony now. Pour ice over people's head. It's like the baptism of crossing the Arctic Circle, so that's really awesome. First time in our lives that we've done that, so really lovely. It's 6:45 in the morning. We've stopped at a place called Hofstra. It's a remote little town. It's incredible that this boat stops at these remote places, sometimes at abject hours of the morning. The interesting thing is at least you get to see a place I'll never come to probably. And at the end, even if it's not remarkable, it's at least quaint, kind of worth seeing. So we'll be here for another an hour, so it's actually a very short stop. But that's actually the nature of this kind of cruise, is that it does stop at little places along the way. But again, very far up north in the Arctic Circle, Hofstra, early in the morning, there's no one around. We've got the place to ourselves and it is actually worth seeing. So that's cool. Some of the stops are really quick. This one was literally half an hour. We arrived about 5 minutes late. This place is called Finnsnes and we literally stepped out for about 10-15 minutes. But still nice because you can kind of go see what's nearby. There were a couple of little houses and then a shop where you can get groceries and things like that. So nice to see. It's cold now. It's actually physically snowing. Wind's also blowing, so the snow is kind of going straight into your face. So if you're thinking you're sitting under umbrella, no chance. The snow goes right up and it goes everywhere. But it's really lovely. Today we're in Tromso, which is the biggest city in northern Norway, and it's snowing. It's 3 o'clock, it's dark, there's no sunshine this high up north, so it just gets a bit lighter, but there's actually no sunshine. And out here in Tromso, what's nice is they've got a cable car where you can see incredible views of the city and the fjords and some of the islands nearby. But today it's snowing, so we're not seeing anything. We've come all the way up here and it's literally looking at a white wall. So luckily they've got a restaurant cafe up here, so we're going to have some cappuccino and a chocolate kaka, chocolate cake, a kind of Swedish-y, Norwegian-y chocolate cake. So I take it back. We've been lucky actually, the wind's blowing quite hard and so it's cleared up. We've just got a gap in now and we've got to see Tromso from above. It's beautiful, it's really spectacular. I'm so happy we got to see this. So you don't always have to complain in life, sometimes things actually do work out, so that's great. And it is Christmas Eve tonight, so it's a lovely Christmas treat for us. Really happy about that. We're in the town square in Tromso and there's a beautiful Christmas tree. It's really lovely to see a beautiful white city with Christmas lights everywhere. It's really magical, it's really special. Tromso has got a beautiful Arctic cathedral. It's this wonderful architectural gem. It's in a triangular shape, it's really beautiful. Got a big stained glass window on the back, and we've been lucky enough to come and watch a midnight concert here. We're in Honningsvær. It's midday. This is the northernmost city in the world. It's a kilometer squared. There's around 2,500 people, so it's tiny. It's midday now, so actually there's no sunshine. Today we haven't had sunshine. Yesterday we didn't have sunshine. This place is cold and dark. But here we are, and it's cool. Last night we were woken at 2:30 in the morning, and we got to see the Northern Lights, so that was epic. That's actually what we came out here for, is to see the Northern Lights. But it was kind of disappointing, I gotta say. We saw it really briefly. I tried to take some video, I'll show you now. But at least we got to see it. And today we're exploring this little place. What I find magical about this place is the colors. The sky is this like beautiful soft blue. It's really stunning. Also interesting to see people pushing their kids around in like little sled vibes with their husky dogs. So it's kind of the stereotype of what you expect to see out here, but you actually see it, which is kind of nice. So I've enjoyed that. It's a really beautiful winter wonderland. We've asked some locals to lend us their shul, whatever it's called. It's really fun. Today we're in Kirkenes. It's -5 degrees more or less. Today we're going on a husky excursion. You can hear the dogs now. There's 180 or so of them here. A lot of people going on the excursion. We're going to go on one with between 5 and 8 dogs ahead. So they've dressed us as well. We're about to get on. You can hear the dogs are very excited. Lots of barking happening. Can't wait for this. They've given us some extra warm clothing. I've got a balaclava on. We're now sitting on the sled. And the trick is just to keep your feet inside basically. You can hear the noise. These dogs are excited. They're ready to go. It's a beautiful landscape. It's quite bumpy. But otherwise it's quiet. It's relatively quiet. You can hear how peaceful and quiet the environment is. It doesn't go very fast, but it is rather bumpy, so it takes a bit of getting used to. But it's really beautiful. We've just taken a quick break. The dogs periodically stop and they run into the snow and they eat snow, and it's the way they get water, of course. What I love about this is just the landscape. It's absolutely remarkable. And with the dogs you can go to more remote locations, so there's not a lot of houses or anything happening here, which is really incredible. What a wonderful, wonderful experience. We're in the Snow Hotel and they've got a magnificent entrance. You go into this kind of igloo where they've created a bar type setup with beautiful ice sculptures everywhere. There's seating which you can sit on. And I'm now in one of the rooms, really beautiful. It's cold obviously, but the beds are made up pretty nicely. Looks pretty okay, quite comfortable I guess. They got these cheesy sleds here that you can use. Such fun. This morning we arrived in Hammerfest. This is where we are now. This claims to be the northernmost city in Norway with 10,000 residents. So the other one also was actually further north but fewer residents. This one's got 10,000. So this is probably legitimately the biggest one. 10,000 residents, not a very big place. It's quite nice, a quaint little city with surrounded by snow-peaked mountains. We also got to see the Northern Lights officially last night. So that was really good. And then we got punished with really choppy seas. So we're really grateful to be on the ground now, because I was green most of the night. I lay in bed. But we did get to see the Northern Lights. That was really beautiful. Swaths of green across the sky. It was spectacular. Quite short-lived again, but really beautiful. Now we're exploring Hammerfest. One of the highlights of this trip has without a doubt been the landscape. Just magnificent. The thing you're looking at behind us here is the Seven Sisters. So that's these 7 mountains, absolutely beautiful. You can also see on this side how broody the sky is. So you've got like rain on the one side, broodiness, and then on this side this beautiful clarity. It's just exquisite. That was awesome. We're disembarking now, so the trip is over. Hope you enjoyed some of the shots that we took and some of the stuff that we saw. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out some of our other videos. We do lots of travel videos from all over the world. See you next time. Bye!